Yes, yes, yes. How you do? How you do? How you do? Good morning, folks. Thursday morning here. Weather was supposed to be brilliant, but the last couple of weeks it's been absolutely terrible here in Manchester, especially Bolton. I spoke to an uncle in Newcastle yesterday. Newcastle's up north. It's supposed to be colder there. They've had great weather for the last 2 weeks. And then, of course, relatives down south, London, Kent, wherever it may be, absolutely cracking weather. And in between here in the north, it's not happening, folks. The only thing I've got going for me is getting freebies on Amazon. I've been through 2 drones and I freaking broke the wings on them, so hopefully I should be getting another one today. So yeah, inshallah. So yeah, this video, I'll make it really quick and brief, to be honest, but it's how you guys can also get some freebies from Amazon. And I'm just going to do the UK version. So without further ado, I get straight into it. It's dead easy, really, to be honest. But it's going to take you some time to get some really cracking stuff. But once you're there, really. So let me give you a brief overview of what's going on with Amazon here. So Amazon, 60% of the sellers who sell on Amazon are not Amazon themselves. So the third-party sellers, like myself, I sell on Amazon. So I am considered a third-party seller. So there's 2 ways that I could sell. One is I buy my stock and I just house them in my house. And then when someone makes an order, Amazon lets me know and I just send it out to the customer, like you would sell something on eBay. Or they have something else known as Amazon fulfillment, and that's the thing I'm going to bring to your interest, really. So Amazon fulfillment is whereby I would send my stock. So let's assume I've got 1,000 units of something. I would just send those straight into Amazon warehouse and they will stock them on my behalf. And whenever someone buys them, then Amazon will deliver that directly to the customer, so I don't have to house the stock. But this little nifty little thing here, which is called Prime. So if someone has an Amazon Prime account, which is a clever little thing actually, I think you pay like 70 quid a year for it. 70 quid a year, maybe 75, I don't know. I've got a Prime account. And what happens is you get priority delivery, so that means you don't pay anything extra for a product that you want delivered. So if I was to pay $13.75 for this, free delivery would be included, and I'll more than likely get it the next day or 2 days, depending on the product and the season and whatnot. But typically it's the next day. And if I don't have an Amazon Prime account, then obviously I can buy, because not everybody buys as frequently. They might buy once a month, once every 2 months, whatever it may be. So having a Prime account doesn't really help them in that sense. And they just pay for the standard delivery. And sometimes if you go over a certain amount, it's free delivery anyway. And also I think the bonus perk with Prime is, you get Amazon Prime Video. So you get all it's a competitor of Netflix, so you get all the videos and whatnot to be able to watch documentaries and films on Amazon Prime Video. So people like me sell on Amazon, and there are hundreds, thousands, millions of people doing the same thing. And what ends up happening is we're obviously selling on Amazon to make money. And what a lot of us will do is we will go to China to get our products. Okay, so we buy it at potentially the most cheapest price possible, and then sell it on Amazon for a markup, obviously to make money. So for argument's sake, if I bought something in the in China, which came to about £5, including the delivery and the postage, because obviously I have to pay for it to come from China all the way to Amazon, and I might put it on the market for argument's sake £15. On this instance, this is £13. And then I've got fees that I need to pay Amazon as part of their cut, the cost of my product, and then me profit. So you can divide, the whole sale price into 3. So cost of goods, fees to Amazon, and profit. So some people can go off a very simplified metric, which is I'm selling something for 15 quid, 5 quid for my costs, 5 quid for Amazon, and 5 quid for me. Now, that's a simplified way of when people make up when they're trying to sell it. Obviously, the dynamics of that isn't always the same. Some instances, we might buy something for, $3, which comes to like £2.50, even less, and can sell it for 20 quid. That happens sometimes. But you as a buyer obviously don't know that, but you bear that in mind, knowing that a lot of the stuff that you're going to buy is coming from China, and the buyer is buying them in bulk, obviously. Right. That's the first thing, and it's very important you understand it, because it's part of the madness of what I'm trying to explain to you, to be able to start getting stuff from Amazon on a ridiculously, well, not just free, cheap. You want it for free, right? So that's one thing to bear in mind, which is the most important thing, is how much should it possibly have cost the buyer to be able to bring that item over. That's one thing you want to bear in mind when you look at the product and the cost price. So this is something I actually got. So it's a whiteboard sticker. I don't know if that size is right, but it fills my whole wall. And here's a bit about the size, what it does. You know, it's a sticker that goes onto the wall, flat, smooth, right? So it's like a wallpaper, but obviously you can draw on it, as you can see from this guy. You know, he's drawing on it. Now, I can make an educated guess on this and think, how much is a sticker going to cost them to buy from China? Really? And when I got the product, it came in a, you know, obviously in a roll. And it came with these really cheap pens. These pens lasted, don't get me wrong, but they were unbranded, as you can see here. Black, white, green pens, which just came up, and they were obviously non-permanent pens. So that's all it was. It was a sticker in a box and some pens. So instinctively, I assumed this is daft cheap. I bet they didn't even pay more than £1 for each one of these to, you know, to buy and to bring over to UK. Might have cost, you know, 50 pence per one, but come on, man, they don't pay more than £1.50 to bring that over. Instinctively, I thought that, but I knew a bit about the buying process of Amazon anyway. But that's the kind of educated guess you can and should make, right? And that helps, knowing that they didn't pay more than a couple of quid for that. The next thing you'd be looking at, and not necessarily on this particular one, but let me give you an example of another one. So first you've got the price, right? So you've got these, and they're reusable silicone food preservation bag. So they're not even boxes, they're bags. Yeah, so you can see from this image how it just opens up. So it's plastic silicone, yeah, silicone that opens up, bang some fruit in it, and I seal them. How much are they going to cost in China when they mass produce these kind of stuff? Right, so I know one, they definitely got this for cheap. The second really, really important thing, as far as this particular one is concerned, is that it has no reviews. Can you see there is no reviews? Here, they got 59 reviews. I can scroll down and I can see them here. Here, they have literally no reviews. So in other ones, you might find a handful of reviews, no reviews, whatever it may be. This is really, really important as well. Because what that means is, if someone was searching for reusable silicone food preservation bags, let me copy and paste that into the search bar. Right, you can see that's one of them. Might have been the one I was looking at. This has got 3 reviews. These have got 2 reviews. Right, these have got no reviews. Here's 1 review. Reusable food bag I'm going to go for, because I'm just trying to show you a difference of something. This could be a bad example, but let's have a look. Right, okay, so this has got 116, 3, 5, 4, 4, 21, whatever it may be, 800, as you can see. So it typically, what are people going to type into the search bar? So they might type in reusable food bags. And when they do that, they see all of these small reviews. This 116 review coming in, this 108 review coming in. And you've got this reusable food containers that people might type in. And you can see 268 reviews, 128 reviews, etc. The point I'm trying to make here, that what typically ends up happening in a buyer's mindset is they look at all this, and the most critical things that eyes are going to go towards is bestseller and the number of reviews, because that'll give them confidence in the person that they're buying from, the brand that they're buying from. And of course, if it's a 5-star, that helps more. This is a 4-star, and it says to them, you know what, I'm going to buy from these guys because they tick most of the boxes. In some instances, they may look at it and think, you know what, this one and this one, they're absolutely exactly the same product. I want to have a bit of a gander, like these ones. You can see this is exactly the same product, and this is exactly the same product. Right, I can't see any difference. Prices and everything is the same. They do exactly the same thing, except this guy's got 3 reviews. And you know what? I think I'll buy from him. But if the price was different enough, let's say by £1, and this one was $14.99, I might go in there, click on that, read that. Yeah, practically the same thing. The image is the same. Yeah, I can see that. Let me go back a bit. Click on here. My images are practically the same. Do you know what? This is $14.99. No, it's not here. They're both $15.99. $14.99. You know what? I'm just going to buy from these guys. Right? And that happens in some instances. Right? But more than normal, what is convention is people would go with the one that's got the highest reviews, the highest stars, and of course the price is right. And the challenge for these guys is that if I go back, they don't have any reviews. So what that's an indication for you is that they're more than likely willing to give you that product for free because they want to get the review. So you're going to convince them to give you the product for free because you want to give them a positive review. If all things are equal, you're going to give an honest review, obviously, and assuming that you can bang your fruits in there and put them in the fridge and they do the job. That's good enough for you, and you'll give them a positive review. And that's really, really important. Okay, so just bearing those two things in mind, the price, what is it probably going to cost them? And secondly, do they have a review? Right. So I'll give you the hard ways and the easy way. So the easiest way is if you go into Facebook and you type in something like Amazon Review UK. If you just put in Amazon Review, loads of groups will come up. Right, but because I'm in the UK, I want to go to Amazon Reviews UK, right? And there are people posting stuff on there all the time that they want to give people away for free. Some things are good, some things are crap, obviously. I need a power bank to send to Bangladesh, right? Wicked, I'm going to have to get that. Headphones, these toys. So there's always stuff up for them, so you get some really cool stuff. And, from these groups, I got my drone. 2 drones from these groups, so some cool stuff, some crap stuff. Fit bands, loads of stuff will be very, very similar, but nonetheless, they're like freebies, so you want to go with it. So you could go in there, and typically, this is what I do, and this is really, really important, and it might not apply for you yet, but eventually it will. So here you can see someone I've contacted before in the past, 20th of July. First thing you do is when you see them here, you click on their name and you go to message them. And on a mobile, I can just give them a wave and say hello, obviously. And here you can't, so here you would literally type in something like hello there. And the reason you're doing that is so you've tag them, really. The hello will tag them into your messenger, so if you go off and do something, you'll be able to find them. But one of the first things you want to do straight away is say, I'm interested in the Bluetooth speaker. And the reason I've said that is, again, because I'm messaging so many people. When they come back and respond, and they might respond a day or 2 later, so literally late, the problem being is that I can't remember what it was I was asking them for. So you want to say, hi, I'm interested in the Bluetooth speaker. And if you can, you should go back, and here you can see the product. If you hover over this where it says just now, you get a permalink of the product. And you can say, I'm interested in the Bluetooth speaker that you spoke about here, and type in the permalink. And what would happen, obviously, when you go back, or you click on that link, it'll open it up and you know what it is, and that's just better management for yourself. Then what I do is I paste in my profile, and I'm going to show you my profile. And at the time I put, I'm a top 40k reviewer on Amazon and will be able to do images and videos. And immediately I put that profile in and I put that message in. Why? Because I want to get their attention. Straight away I want them to easily find me, and I want to tell them that I'm in the top 40k reviewer, and that I'm going to do images and video if they need it, which is really, really important to them. Images obviously are striking to other buyers, and videos significantly help the conversion of the product. So when someone lands on a product page and they see a video that Amazon displays as a related video, then people see someone actually physically using the product. It heightens their decision to want to actually buy from that seller. So these critical words that I put in here, I'm a top 40k reviewer on Amazon and will be able to do images and videos, are what will stand me above the rest. Of course, you might not have that, but we'll come to that. We'll cross that bridge. Thank you for your message. I have enough reviews for the speaker. Are you interested in a Bluetooth receiver? No, thank you. Right. And then I've seen them post something else about a carbon monoxide detector, and they've come back to me and said I can have it, and I bought it. I got it for free, which is cool. So that's how it would work. And so if you were to go to my profile on Amazon, what have I done here? Nice little professional shot. Yeah, doesn't have to be. Simple profile name. I've got helpful votes from 68 people, and now my Amazon review count is 19,000, which is great. I've got my email address in there, and you want to do that. My Facebook and my Instagram doesn't really matter as much, but Facebook is there as well if they want to get in touch with me. But email is really, really important. And I hope most of this is self-explanatory, but the important thing is profile looks good. Very simple wording of who I am. They don't really care enough about that. Most won't. They will care about this review number to some extent, depending on what you're getting. And the email address is not as important to this particular reviewer, but there are hundreds and hundreds of sellers, scanning Amazon profile pages to find email addresses of sellers, and they'll mass send out emails to you. So I'm getting emails all the time from people who are finding this email address and then sending me an email asking me if I want to get a product for free or discount or whatever it may be, and putting my email in there obviously helps that and facilitates that process and makes it easier for them. You might get a throwaway one for whatever reason just for the sake of Amazon and put it in there. My Gmail's pretty well set up in its filtering systems and whatnot, so it's all good. But you might have a throwaway in there, so you don't want to get spammed by people. But yeah, you definitely won't need to have an email address in there. Social profiling helps, and this thing here is critical. And of course, you don't want to hide any of that information. My reviews are public purely because I want other sellers to come and see them. So you can see all of these reviews that I've given, all 5 stars. And they're genuine, actually. I like the stuff. I mean, I'm only getting stuff that I like now. There's got to be something I don't like. Come on, you know what I mean? But here you can see, people can go in and, this is a review for a drone. Okay, so what happens if you don't, I suppose is a question, is what happens if you don't have any significant quality of reviews? Then here's what you need to do. One is, I would definitely advise, if you don't have a Prime account, then spend the 70 quid to get the Prime account if you're going to order frequently a lot. Okay, go into these Amazon review sites and buy and get really, what's going on here? Oh yeah, I've got to go back. Get really cheap crappy stuff that they're offering. What's this? Is that phone cover? Yeah, phone covers. Like these are costing these Chinese sellers pennies to buy, right? These might be a little bit. This thing, Travel Pillow, they might literally give this to anybody. I know it says send me your profile, so when they say that, you might struggle, but just reach out to all of them and just these diffuser things, they cost them a little bit more to make, so they might want to not just give it to anybody. This thermometer thing might cost them a little bit more, but you're bound to, this dog collar thing, put hands-free leash around your pet. If you got a pet, get it. Do you know what I mean? Just get it. And get apply for as many stuff that that doesn't require, they're not going to be fussy about with you when it comes to the review. And obviously the sell price. I mean, this is like 60, maybe 64, 5 quid. Sale price might not be that high. You know, they might be selling things for $4.99, $5.99 and stuff like that. So just go for stuff that are really, really ridiculously cheap, and just keep on asking them for cheap stuff. Or sometimes, you know, you might end up paying $1.99 for something. Now here, code price $2.59, so they might give you that without being too fussy about your profile link. When you do that, what's going to end up happening is, as soon as you start posting your reviews, this review count will go up. And once you start getting helpful votes, which is whatever review you've written, when people start voting up your review because they found it useful, this count goes up even more. So you can imagine some of the stuff I've written is very, very lengthy, and the lengthy ones I've mainly written on product pages, which I can see a lot of people are frequenting and they are liking other people's reviews. So I want to get a helpful vote up so that I can, you know, get more votes for my one as well, outrank the other one and get much more votes. And that's one standard way of doing it. The other thing is, people have written some really amazing, silly reviews, just like that will crack you up. That will really, really crack you up. And when they do that, then people just give it a helpful vote. It's like a vote on a Facebook like or something like that. And sometimes people can get 1,000 votes just from one single review because it's just that funny. And that can happen. I'm just not funny, clearly, as you can tell. So that's, you know, one of the ideas of something that you can do, make it funny. But, you know, typically, if you're buying on Amazon now, great, go back and start writing lengthy reviews for what you've already got. Lengthy reviews, images and videos if you can. 3 shots on your camera. You can obviously type all these stuff on your phone. And then happy days, just type it up, give them a little bit of a review, and you're good to go. Just getting reviews in will start getting this number counting up, and the helpful votes. 68 have got me to 19,000 with the combination, obviously, a history of reviews. I mean, there's a lot of reviews. I mean, I've been buying on Amazon and selling Amazon for a while now, so, you know, oh, there they go, crap review there. But these are going back before I even figured out how to get stuff for free. So, you know, some of them are really, really good. Kindle books, you can sometimes get Kindle books for free. No cost to you at all. So people are always giving them away. So typically, you know, you get them for free and you write a review. Now, going back to my point about here of, so sometimes the whole reason is you might get people who'll say, this person has actually said to me, you can have this at 50% off. They've sent me an email and they said, you can have this at 50% off. I've looked at it and I thought, no reviews, 15 quid. These cost them no more than a couple of quid, even less. And if they're especially sellers directly from China, then pennies. They're having a laugh. I've gone back to them and said, listen, I am an Amazon, you know, I buy on Amazon all the time, and I'm in the top 20 reviewer, and you're going to get video and images and all sorts from me. So you might as well give me a 100% discount code. Simple as that, really. And that's because they've reached out to me, so I don't want to pay for it 100%. Here's another one. So this whiteboard sticker thing, I needed this whiteboard sticker. I saw these guys, right? And then fancy fix, then clicked on that. To be honest, I can't remember how I did it now. There is a simple way of doing it, which is to obviously contact the seller. I think it's easy on a phone. To be honest, what did I do? What did I do? Oh, you know what? It is really, really simple. And you guys should be able to find a way of doing it. Do you find add feedback? It's that easy on a phone, you know. I don't know. I can't remember. There is a way where you're gonna. Obviously, it's not that simple. There is a way where you can just email. Obviously, I think you go in there on a phone. I think on the side it says it. Contact seller. It really does. Maybe I gotta ask a question. Right, anybody watches videos and finds a simple way of doing it, let me know. And I sent them this email. Hi, I'm an avid Amazon buyer and purchase all the time. One of the things I do is leave lengthy reviews for the things I buy. A lot of Amazon sellers are reaching out to me to receive the items have positive, lengthy 5-star reviews. This is completely against Amazon terms and conditions now, yeah. Because look at when it was dated, but they changed that in October. I would like to do the same for you. For the whiteboard, I would also give you a video review alongside a lengthy, positive 5-star review. If you'd like me to proceed, drop me a text, give them a phone number, mention our discussion. I can get back to you with a contact electronic mail address. Now, 2 things have happened here. Okay, this you can rewrite now by saying, look, if the product is great, then you're going to get a great positive review from me. And I'll give you a video and an image review, and if it's, you know, if it's any different, then we'll discuss that at the time, you know, something like that, so you're not misleading them that you're going to give them a 5-star review, and you can't promise that to give them that anymore. So you can say, you know, if it's good, I'll do it. So you can see the psychology I've used here. I'm an avid Amazon buyer and purchase all the time. I mean, I can give them a profile link now, of course. One of the things I do leave is I'll leave a lengthy reviews of things I buy. So I could rewrite that saying, one of the things I do is write exceptionally good quality reviews for the things I buy and like, which is true, you're not lying there. A lot of Amazon sellers are reaching out to me. And that again is saying to this people, this guy must have a decent profile for a lot of Amazon sellers to be reaching out to him. And that part is self-explanatory. And then here's drop me a text to, and there's a mobile number on there with no email address. And the reason you can't put email address in there because they get flagged up with Amazon, because this is all done through the Amazon system. And as a consequence, you can see this is an Amazon email address. So the consequences would be that Amazon would get flagged up and they'd see it and they might remove it. So I gave them a telephone number. Mention a description. I'll get back to you with the contact email, electronic mailing address, email address, obviously in it. But I've used words which doesn't get flagged up with Amazon. That if I put in the word email, then it's going to get flagged up. So I put electronic mail address, right? Phone number for them to text me. But they replied straight back to me, obviously, and they turned around and said, glad to receive your letter. I'm very happy that you're interested in whiteboard study. Could you provide a link of your Amazon profile to know you more? Hope you can write an honest review. Of course I can. And I gave them the link, obviously, and voila. There's the code they gave me. You guys can't use that code, obviously. It's a one-off. And I got the product for free. Smashed it. Oh, what's that? Something else, yeah. Smashed it, got the product for free. So you can mass send out email like that through email. I mean, you got to be careful. You can't send too many, obviously. So you could, 3 or 4 a day is fine. And you're not going to get a response from everybody. And not everybody's going to care. But the few that I've done, I've always got a response. Some people say you can have a discount because it costs us more. I think I want some headphones and they're like 60 quid. And they're like, best we can do is give you a 50% discount. You can have them for 30 quid because it costs us 20 odd quid to buy. And we need to make something on it. I was like, safe, fair enough. But, so you could send out these mass emails if you wanted to people 3-4 a day. And don't get me wrong, it's going to take you ages. But, once you're up there, then you're going to be getting, you're sending out emails for one. So that's something you're doing proactively. Number 2 is once your profile is up and firing, then people are going to be scanning your profile and getting in touch with you. And then finally, you're going to be actively looking for these Amazon review groups. That's in Facebook, but there's also offline third-party websites, actually, that like AMZ Reviews and stuff like that, who allow third-party sites to sell on them in exchange for giveaways. J Deals is an ad I saw coming up, and I click on that. And you see they're putting up stuff on here for $0.99. You click on it and they'll show you a coupon code on the other end. I got my gloves, my weight straps and all that from them for free. A couple of fancy stuff, and they actually work with branded companies out there and try to get branded products out to people, which was quite interesting, to be honest. So yeah, you know, the generally sports stuff. So there's loads of ways you should be looking for. Use Google, type in Amazon review providers services, Amazon review giveaway services, and sign up to their mailing list. And of course, reaching out to people proactively. And the next is joining Amazon groups. But in the end, you got to be clever. You got to be smart. You know, you play the game right. Once you've got yourself up to a decent review number and you use great psychology, then you're going to get some great stuff. I've had 2 drones, 60 quid each, both of them, and I've just requested for a third one from someone else. So that's a pocket size one. I should be getting that now, but I'm become a good driver of the drones now. So happy days. I hope you enjoy the video. I hope it's useful. I hope you get loads of stuff. Now I've told loads of people about this, well, amongst my close network, and they've got some cool stuff, you know. I mean, they've got stuff that they wanted for free. So there you go. I hope it helps, and let me know how you get on. Cheers. See you under the side.